Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we got a fun one for you today. We recently did this for a client's website and they loved it. It's a little dropping rain effect. As you can see there, we've got it on this little section at the top. Really easy to do. Bit of coding involved, but I've done it all for you. So let's get started. I'm going to add a new page. We'll give our new page a title. And of course, use the Divi builder. I'm going to go ahead and build from scratch. What you're seeing there is actually part of our global footer, nothing to do with the page. It automatically puts in the section. I'm going to put a single row in mine. Of course, you can put in whatever you want. Now, let's just throw a call to action in there. I'll leave the text as it is. Of course, if you want to change your title, you can do so there. What you want your button to say, it won't show up until we put a link for it down below. And obviously, put your content in here. Let's add a button by going to the link. And just put the URL where you want to take your visitors in where it says button link there. Once you do that, the button's going to show up. Great. Well, I'm going to take that background away. That white writing is going to disappear into the background, but that's okay for the moment. Background's always under content here. I'm just going to go on the colored field, hit the trash can to get rid of it. Fantastic. Well, let's save that now. Going to go into the section itself, blue tab for a section. Hit the little cog. Let's throw an image in there that the rain is going to look pretty good on top of. Usually works best on darker images. So let's go to the third tab, background image. And perhaps those dark mountains. I think that'll probably work okay. And just for fun, let's make this section full screen so we've got a bit more to look at. To do that, we can go over to design, down to sizing. I'm going to use minimum height for this, so if it needs to get bigger, it can on smaller devices. I'm going to put 100 VH for viewable height. Fantastic. And of course, I want to pop that content down a little bit more. So let's add a bit of padding. I'm going to close up sizing. And we've got spacing just down below here. Let's try perhaps 25 viewable height. Yeah, I think that's going to work okay. Now, of course, if you have a busy image, you can blend it with a color to darken it out a little bit. And if you want to make it even more striking, you can use a parallax effect on it. If we go back to content and background there, back to our image itself, if you want to use the parallax effect, you can switch that on. And you've got true parallax there, which will move it at a different rate than the site's moving up and down. Or you've got what they call CSS parallax, which is actually fixed background. It'll stay where it is as you roll up the screen. I'm happy with the way it was. I'm going to turn that back off. And if you did need to blend a color to make your writing stand out a bit more, you can go just to the colors here. Let's perhaps put a dark gray. Black's not the best one to use, but almost black will work fine. We can go back to our image now. And they've got all kind of blend options here. I'm going to put mine to multiply, so it multiplies it with that color. That's a little bit too dark. To adjust the darkness, just go back to the color, click on the color field. Variegated slider here is opacity. And you can bring it up or down. The more you bring it down, the less of that color you're going to see. But you want to be able to read that writing nicely. That's actually not bad. I think I'll leave it just like that. Read that writing well, but you can also see that nice image. Okay, well, let's get on with the fun part, actually adding that rain effect to it. And it's very easy. I've done it all for you. I'm going to add another module just under my call to action here. Hit the little dark button there to add a new module. I'm going to use a code module for this today. And don't worry, when we say code, I've written it all for you. All you need to do is copy and paste. I've got a PDF and I'll put this URL. We'll be able to find this URL just down below the video there. And we've got some style, CSS code, and we've got some script, which is JavaScript right here. Select the whole thing from the closing script tag at the bottom there. all the way up to the opening style tag at the top. Make sure you get all of it. Don't miss any of those little pointy brackets. Control C to copy, or right click and copy, however you like to do it. Put your cursor in the code module, paste it in there. Now you're not going to see anything on the back end here. This is only going to work when we save and exit the Visual Builder. Well, we've got a few things going on. I'll just take you through it. Class name we need to give to our section to make this turn up is rain, R-A-I-N. So I'm going to copy that. Without the dot, when you write class names as code, you need a dot or a period in front. When you apply them to an element, you don't need that dot. And you'll always find CSS IDs and classes under Advanced tab. So I've gone back into the section, CSS ID and classes. Make sure you put that class name in the class, not the ID. It will not work. And save it. Great. Now if we go back into our little code module, we've got some CSS here. We're using a pseudo element of before to actually create the raindrops themselves. And we're using a little animation to make them fall to the 100% of the viewable height of the screen. So they're going to basically go from top to bottom. And then we've got some JavaScript here that's actually going to create the raindrop effect for us. And there's a few things you can change here to make it heavier rain, to slow it down or speed it up. I'll take you through those in a moment. But we should be pretty much good to go here. So let's save our changes. We'll save the page changes. Save draft or publish if you're ready. And let's exit the Visual Builder. Remember I said you won't see anything until we actually exit the Visual Builder. And there it is. It's starting to rain in our little misty mountains there. Perfect. Now, like I say, if you want to make it heavier rain or slow that down for a different effect, we can do that very easily. Let's re-enable the Visual Builder here. And we'll go down to our little code module. Okay, to add more raindrops and make it look like it's heavier or lighter if you prefer, if we go down to our script here, we've got the number of raindrops, 100. I'll put a little note there so you can see that. If you want more rain, at that number, let's make that 200 perhaps. So it should be twice as much rain now. We'll save that. Again, save the page changes. Exit the Visual Builder. As you can see, we got twice as much rain. And you can go crazy if you want. I wouldn't go too crazy though, because it does take a little bit of server resources, but not much. Now, if you wanted to slow that down for a bit more grace, we can do that very easily as well. We'll re-enable the Visual Builder. Go back down to our little code module. Roll back down. Let's take that 200 back to 100 again. A little bit heavy, that rain. Reminds me of England. Okay, and if you want to slow it down, we've got random duration here, but at the moment I've got it between ½ a second and 1.5 seconds. So if I take that 1 right there, that's the 1 second. If I change that to a 3, it's going to be between 3 seconds and ½ second. If we save that, you'll notice that rain slows down some. Now we'll exit the Visual Builder again. And there we have it. You've got sort of more graceful rain there, almost like sleet, I suppose. But as I said, that's a great little effect to have on your site. We did it for a customer, they loved it. So there you go, guys. There is how to add a little rain effect to your hero section or any section you want on your website there. And this will work just as well with any other theme as well. We're using Divi theme for here, but you can use it with any other theme you want, as it's CSS and JavaScript. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you have any questions, pop them down below the video. I'll do my best to answer them for you, or make a little demo video just like this one. Well, once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.